Hello everyone, I hope you're doing well. I know I haven't done a video in a very long time, but I thought I would just get you guys caught up a little bit and show you what I've been doing. Now behind me, I'm going to give you a tour of my work trailer. Yes, I've started a handyman business in retirement, so I thought I would show you what I've been working on all these months. I like to be organized, so I'm going to show you what you can do in a small 6x10 V-nose trailer that I pull with my Model Y. So let me open it up and give you guys a little tour. This is my trailer, 6x10 V-nose with seamless sides. It's new to me, but it's only a couple years old. They sure are handy. I have the barn door style at the back. I don't like the ramps, so hard to find one of these and exactly what I wanted. So it's 6.5 feet tall because I want to be able to work inside. By the way, everything that I've done on this trailer is about first order retrievability, which means as fast as possible get to the most common tools that I need. Let's start with the first door here is a man door. Haven't really done anything in here, but I have put these IKEA shoe boxes. Really handy for things like saw blades, that type of thing. And then over here when you walk in, I've got a 12-foot telescoping ladder. Very, very handy. Now, this is where the fun begins. I've built these cabinets to store all of my tools. So I'll give you a tour of that here in a quick second, but let's just go down to this front corner. So I've got a work table there. That's a creeper, a dolly, a work table, and a platform. Very, very handy. It's called the Omni table. Anyway, you guys can Google it. Vacuum, air compressor, which I don't use anymore because everything is battery powered now. This is one of my newest tools. This is a Wagner 5000, whatever. It's a HVLP spray gun. Really handy, and I just have it hooked. You'll notice I use a lot of these hooks here in my trailer for all kinds of stuff. Very, very handy. So it's all about space saving, trying to fit as much as you can in here without wasting space. Maybe I will go to the wide angle. There we go, so you guys can see a little bit better. So in this corner here, I have a table saw. It's all hooked on, as you can see here with these little hooks that I like to use so much. It is not going anywhere. The stand just kind of sits like that. And in here, I built this cabinet here in the V-nose, so I have all things like screws and bolts, that kind of thing. I have an SDS drill here, deck screws, that type of thing. A DeWalt Tough System 2. Different cabinets, and they all click in. By the way, all of my tools have little cleats here, so nothing moves and nothing falls out. If you want to pull, you just lift it up and you can pull it out. But that little 3/4 inch lip holds everything in place, so really handy. All right, in this corner here, I have my chop saw stand. This is a 16-footer when it's fully extended, but I have built a hook on the wall, and it just sits there, vertical space, very well used. This is the latest thing that I just bought. It's a collapsible scaffold, so I've put that in the corner. So those are the two rails, and they sit out of the way. I do have a drywall sander, very seldomly used, but it sits there in the corner. So here in the V-nose part, everything is nice and tight, and I try to use as much vertical space as possible. I have a 7-foot level, and that I've just built cleats like here, and it just clicks in and it doesn't move. The cleat system works quite well. I've done a lot of that stuff here. All right, let's head towards the back, and I'll show you what I've done. Now, I have over 2 feet of clearance between these two cabinets. This cabinet here is 2 feet deep, and this one here is maybe about 20 inches, so I still have lots of room here. On the bottom, I've got my chop saw, and then I have a table saw. And as you can see here, let's get down. So I've turned it on its side, made a little table here. Everything just fits in. Again, there's these hooks, holds everything in passively so nothing moves around. Up on this wall, this is my scaffolding. Again, don't let anybody tell you can't do anything in a small space. If you think about things, you can really organize it. So here's a little cleat thing, and I just used the existing holes here for the handle. I just turn that, and the whole thing just comes off. So that holds that platform into place, and I've used these kind of hooks here to hold everything passively. There's another one here underneath. So that holds that there securely. Up here I've got a DeWalt leaf blower, very handy for job sites who need to clean things up. So again, I've used those hooks, one here on the end. And if I need to pull it out, I just lift it up, it just comes right off. So you just slip that in like that. If I get it, it's hard to do this one-handed, folks. All right, so anyway, so that just sits like that. A little bit of PEX tube. Just got a chainsaw. That'll be for future stuff. I've got a socket set. Again, I use cleats, so even it's removable, nothing's fixed into place. I can move things around very easily, but that doesn't move. Little work surface here. Mostly when I pull out my boxes, I need to pull out screws or stuff. I just kind of lay it there, and I get access to that stuff. Might as well show you some stuff here on the back door. So I have my Tough built Is that what it is? Yeah, tough built carpenter's work belt with suspenders. I love this thing. It's really good. 2 other levels, again, held on with cleats. That's a 2-footer, that's a 4-footer. This is a paint arm or whatever you call it there. It's extensible. Ear protection, of course, you need that. And I've used these PVC tubes down here to hold things like caulking and stuff. So that's a really nice way of holding it in. By the way, I put an extra wood cleat here on the bottom, so these tubes come down and they just rest on top of there. And that little screw in there just gives just enough back pressure to keep these from falling out. So it's worked out really quite well. So on this side, I've got a little bit of space here between the cabinets. So I've got my sawhorses in there, my 2 tracks, and what's this here? That's an IKEA thing. I always keep a bottle of water from when I'm drinking. And I pull out this slider here that pulls out. And in here I've got, you know, things like tripods, my wheels for the scaffolding, bits and bobs, you know, plumbing bits and stuff. So anyways, that just slides in, keeps that out of the way. And again, this has all been pushed forward a little bit, so I have clearances for everything in here. Again, got to think about space, right? So here's the door. On this side, I have my 100-foot electrical cable on a hose reel. And again, I close the door, nothing interferes. It works really quite well. Helmet there, and I've got this little aluminum step ladder that works really quite well. Again, held on with all these little hooks. Everything's held in passively, so nothing rattles around. So that is the look of when you're going in. Now if I step up and sign, I've got this little work surface here, so I can do things working on this surface, and things like tape, glue, extra measuring devices, some PPE here, clamps. I have a framing square there. And then over on this side of the cabinet, this is where the fun begins. So I've got all my chargers here for my various tools. And then all my batteries sit in here. So I'm mostly a DeWalt guy. This is what I started with. I stuck with that. And then I have a little bit of Ryobi, so a couple of Ryobi batteries. And then I have a Greenworks 80 volt. That's for the chainsaw that's over here on the wall. This is the heart of the system. This is an OOPUS, whatever. Anyways, solar powered battery generator, 1200 watts. So I can run whatever tools that I have in here that are corded, including my track saw, my vacuum, that kind of thing. This thing works really great. And I have it hooked up to solar panels. So they go up on top, and I have 2 100-watt solar panels on here. So I charge my batteries off grid here all the time. So let's just see what we're sitting here. 79, we got 79 watts. Battery's certainly charging there. So yeah, I can charge all of my batteries simultaneously, as well as the lights in here. You know, matter of fact, let me turn on the AC power here, and we'll turn on the lights. And they should come on here if I just flip the switch. There we go. Ooh, let there be light. Yeah, really bright. These Amazon things, $60 for a pair. Awesome. Okay, so let's go through and show you some tools. So here along the top, from order of when I use them the most to sort of the least, you know, I got a caulking gun, obviously, brad nailer, sawzall. What's this? Grinder. Space for a couple more things. By the way, I've dadoed all these little slots in here, so these little dividers here are removable and reorganizationable, so I can make them as wide or as narrow as I need for the various tools just by pulling off this cleat, and I can slide them out and slide them back in. So there's a track saw. I've got a battery-powered skill saw there. Framing nailer, really handy for bigger jobs. Sander, impact gun, oscillating tool. What's that? Oh, that's a router. This is an attachment for cutting steel for roofs. I do a lot of sheds. I like to do steel roof on sheds. What's this? Oh yeah, jigsaw, of course. And I got a tripod for my laser level, which is in here. Really handy, brand new laser level. Router bits, SDS bits. That's for, well, concrete drill bit, really. Okay, hole saw. Hammers. This is what is this? Oh, this is a soldering iron. Don't use that much, but anyway. Drill bits. This is for decking, for doing the hidden screws. Really awesome tool. This is a tool for doing kitchen cabinet door handles. So it's a jig for that stuff. You get perfect door handles. Anyways, little bits and bobs just kind of lying around, and pocket screws. So again, this is the same idea here. These are all slotted so they can move around anytime I need them. So 2 racks of battery-powered tools with lots of room. And then bits and bobs that way. And then down here in this cabinet, I've made this so that these drawers are modular. so I can make them 2 tall, 3 tall, single tall, whatever I want. They just slide out like this, and they're 24 inches deep. So in here I've got things like little plumbing bits and stuff. Again, I have to spend a little bit more time organizing that. The bigger stuff here for things like drywall, sanding discs, that type of stuff sits down in there. And then over here I've got another drawer where I got things like screws, yeah, all kinds of screws and nuts and bolts, nails, that type of thing. And then under here I got more room to build more, but for the time being I've just put this big tote in here, which I keep some of the bigger stuff that I use, ratchet straps, that type of thing. So anyways, a cleat down on the bottom keeps things from moving around. Anyways, lots of flexibility. Yeah, so I think that's kind of like the grand tour of things. So if anybody tells you that you have a trailer and you don't have enough room, well, all you have to do is spend a little bit of time and think about organization and how to best use of the space. If you just chuck things on the floor, you're not going to have a lot of room. But if you take the time to maybe build some cabinets and really think about organization, you can really do a lot of things. And I have plenty of room to work in here, and I have rooms for expansion if I want in the future. But anyways, this has worked out exceptionally well for me. Again, 6 by 10 foot. What more could you want? And I pull it just great with a Model Y. I don't even feel the trailer behind me. Yes, it affects range. It is what it is, but luckily for me, most of the jobs that I do aren't very, very far. So anyways, I love this trailer. And again, the door's closed, no interference whatsoever. So I'll just do this. It's hard to do one-handed, guys. There we go. I'll just lock that up. Padlock on the side. I can just close my door over here. I'll turn off the lights here in a second. But there you go. All right, hook up the trailer and off I go, and I'm completely mobile. Got all my tools in here. I love, love, love this thing. It was one of the best purchases I made for doing my handyman stuff. So anyways, what's the make of this thing anyways? If you guys want to know what this is a Jensen trailer. Oh, I think that's just a dealer, but these are made in the States. This is a Forest River. Yeah, Forest River. Love it. Seamless, no screws, no nothing. Aluminum side. It is a steel frame, so yeah, you can buy aluminum, I'm sure, but anyways, works really quite well. Well, I hope this is helpful for you. It's nice to talk to you guys again, and hopefully I'll do some more videos for you guys in the future, but just wanted to give you a little rundown on what I've been working on. Thanks for watching. See you soon.